Sometimes when we hear a word like omniscience, it can seem kind of scary, like something that belongs to someone else. So maybe someone else is omniscient, but no, not me. That sort of thing. But omniscience is our natural state. Omniscience is entirely our natural state. So if we take ourselves to be our points of view, we can never taste that fruit of omniscience. But when we rest naturally, when we rest just freely and completely, when we rest as utter relaxation, as the freedom that is every single perception that arises, then more and more we realize this basic space and nothing else. And more do we have an all-knowingness about us that is laser-like in every perception. We know exactly what's going on, not only with ourselves in a simple human way, but with everyone and everything. So you see, we have incredible capacity beyond anything that could be imagined. And that's natural. It's much more natural than taking ourselves to be limited in any way. Basic space is full of it. It's just, so whatever we want to realize, we'll realize. If we, as I've mentioned before, this basic space, this wholly positive basic space, the vast expanse, is inclusive of everything. So it's like a treasure chest. It's a treasure chest that contains wish-fulfilling gems, and all the points of view, no matter what they are wish-fulfilling gems. So if we focus all our attention on having to do countless years of meditation and yoga and all these other things, we'll have our wishes fulfilled. We'll be doing countless years of meditation and yoga. If we focus on being a criminal, then we'll have that wish fulfilled. We'll be a criminal forever, all of our lives. If we love TV and we like to watch TV 24 hours a day, we'll probably have a TV set that we can watch 20. So you see, all these points of view, no matter what they are they're wish-fulfilling gems. Wherever our awareness is focused, that is what is realized. And when awareness is focused on a label and it takes that label to be something, then that is whatever it is. But if awareness is focused as a label or free in immediate perception, in other words, just the vivid wakefulness that is fully alive, fully free, fully naturally occurring, fully spontaneous as every perception, then there's only vivid wakefulness that's entirely stripped naked. It's stripped naked of needing to make a point of view into anything. And what that means is that the label is recognized as it is. Whatever the label is, whatever the point of view is, it's recognized as it is. So it's not recognized as an extreme of a label, and it's not recognized as an extreme of emptiness either. It's recognized as inseparably both. A vivid appearance that's absent of an independent origin other than awareness. So you see, this is what basic space is. Nothing needs to be done. Everything is as it is. It just is as it is, entirely free in its own place. So no matter what the point of view is, it's never been confined or constricted by anything. There have never been any knots in pure space. Show me where there is a knot in the vault of the sky. Show me where it's ever been constrained or constricted in any way. So just, imagine yourself as the vast expanse of infinite space. Blend your awareness with the vast expanse of infinite space, the vault of the sky. And if you're going to imagine something, imagine yourself as that. And then imagine that pure space that's formed into all the letters of the alphabet or the characters, depending on whether your alphabet has letters or characters. Imagine pure space formed into all those characters. Well, would it be anything other than pure space? No. And even if you took all those pure space letters or characters and form them into elaborate sentences, words, paragraphs, treatises, tomes, meditation manuals, sutras, tantras, Encyclopedia Britannica, Wikipedia, the entirety of the internet. You can form pure space into all of this, but what is it? It's still pure space. It's never anything other than pure space. So, we can't figure any of this out through intellectual speculation. We can just hear about who we are, and then more and more we become confident that we are that. Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Doesn't matter whether it's quick or slow. It just is as it is. There's no getting out of who we are. Absolutely no getting out of who we are. So, all of these things, well, we can make up all kinds of stories about them. But, this realization you have is very profound, because what you've realized is that nothing need be done. What we can say is that all points of view are included and contained within our awareness. Thus, we're responsible for what we do with them. So, yeah, see, if we take that as the starting point, then we give up our right to be a victim of all our points of view. As long as we think that there's someone doing something to us, like a point of view, whether it's another person, a place, or a thing. I know you already understand this, but I just want to describe it a bit so that we're clear on it. Because you see, point of view, the whole nature of point of view is to be a victim. You see, to be so caught up in something and belabored by something that it feels uncomfortable, so uncomfortable that there's the constant search for happiness, but the happiness never really arrives. So you see, if the starting point is all points of view are included and contained with my awareness, which is vast as infinite space, and I am responsible for what I take those points of view to be, then, that's freedom. That's the instantaneous opening up of freedom. Just relax. Just relax and give up trying to figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. Figure it out isn't a mantra. The ultimate mantra is rest, natural rest. Just rest naturally, rest freely, is the complete openness and spaciousness of every perception, including all the meanderings about why things are the way they are. Yeah, I just, as you can tell, I'm unrelenting about this. Nothing's ever been made into anything. You see, nothing's ever been made into anything. Even if we have a perception, oh, I've been programmed, or I'm this, or I'm that. Well, if we really look into it, where is there a personal identity to label? Where is there anything we can label? No matter what we look at, we won't find its isness there. Like if we look at the mountain, we can't find the mountainness in any part of the mountain. And we can't find the mountainness in the composite of the mountain either. And the same is true with our own personal identity. We are only aware of vast basic space and nothing else, entirely unborn. So how could what is unborn ever have a location of dwelling anywhere? Or how could it have a destination, any kind of destination like enlightenment or basic space or anything else? Everything just is as it is. But if we take ourselves to be, or if we take any of these points of view, including ourselves, to be something that has an origin, a dwelling place, and a cessation, then we spend our whole life caught in that context. We spend our whole life trapped in death as the context of existence. We're born, and the moment we learn a little bit about this personal identity, we think, uh-oh, this personal identity is going to die someday. Almost as soon as we learn that it's going to disappear at some point. And then death becomes the context of existence, the constant striving to hold on to the personal identity, the constant imagining of all kinds of characteristics that somehow go with a personal identity. So you see, there's no way to ever figure out any of it. It just can't be figured out. It's only through resting naturally without describing anything. Rest naturally without describing anything. Rest naturally without trying to figure anything out. Rest naturally is the ground of being, pure basic space with nothing going on. And the more we rest, the more we find we are immensely powerful. We are the immense power and force of basic space and nothing else. It's not like some kind of passive state where we're just sitting around doing nothing, totally absorbed in basic space all the time. It's the vitality of all of reality, the vitality of the ground of being. And this becomes more and more obvious in us. But none of this can come about through anything contrived, like meditation or trying to figure it out, intellectually explore it. We can understand it in a certain way, but I'm sure everyone here would agree that the words being said here really don't have a lot to do with what's going on here. The words being said do not have a lot to do with what's going on here. What's most obvious here is a felt sense of the ground of being. And the words might have a certain resonance that evoke that in one way or another. But that's it. The words can never possibly describe a reality that is completely ineffable, that's totally beyond description, that can never be figured out.